Hello everybody and welcome back. As always, I am Mateo311 and this is your channel for everything VR related. So today we are checking out Demeo Battles, the spin-off of the absolutely fantastic tabletop turn-based dungeon crawler, Demeo. Now Demeo Battles adds a lot more variety and some fresh new competition, so today I'll tell you everything you need to know about this game and why I think it's even better than the original. Now there are of course links and timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but let's start things off with the basic information. Demeo Battles is currently available for purchase on Steam in both flat screen and VR modes, and on the MetaQuest store for Quest 2 and up for only $19.99. The game will also be available for Pico in the near future, and the PlayStation VR 2 version is coming sometime next year. Demeo Battles features the same highly strategic turn-based action from Demeo, but instead of lengthy co-op dungeon crawls, it's been cut down into shorter length, more intense PvP battles. Matches are usually under 20 minutes as the battleground shrinks in battle royale fashion, so there's no chance of this being drawn out into a lengthy game of cat and mouse. You'll have 10 unique maps to battle across, 7 distinct classes utilizing over 80 different attack cards, and more than 30 different creatures to choose from to build up an army. There's also 40 different single player challenges, crossplay, and mixed reality modes available. Now before we get into my overall experience with Demeo Battles, I just want to elaborate a little bit on the differences between Demeo and Demeo Battles. Besides the shorter length experiences that a lot of players will find more suitable, the progression system is now non-linear. You'll learn keys by competing in PvP matches, and then you'll utilize those keys to unlock whatever you like. Demeo is a 1 to 4 person co-op experience that could take hours to complete. Now, Demeo Battles, on the other hand, is meant for quick PvP action, which you can play it in one-on-one or 2v2 modes. And if you really don't like competition against a real person, you could still play this in co-op mode. You do you and a buddy versus 2 AIs. So it really is more suited to basically everyone. The original Demeo felt like a commitment. As much as I enjoy the game, when someone said, hey, let's play Demeo on Friday, I'm like, oh man, do I have 2 to 3 hours free? Now you can always pause the game mid-dungeon and come back to it at a later time, but who knows if you're ever really going to finish it. You really want to commit to it. And Demeo Battles has much less commitment and a lot more action, so that's the main reason why I'm enjoying it a little bit more. But let's jump into my experience, and overall, it feels like Resolution Games just listened to all the feedback that they had about Demeo and corrected that with Demeo Battles. The linear progression of the original Demeo was a factor that did frustrate me a bit. I didn't want to play for hours on end just to unlock something that I wasn't really interested in, and then I'd go through the unlockables and see like what was coming up, and I'd be like, oh man, I'd have to play so many more hours to unlock that one thing I'm looking for. Even though they're just cosmetic and they don't change the game, I always wish that there were either loot drops or some way to make this non-linear, and they've done it with Demeo Battles. However, I do wish you were able to gain some keys from the single player mode. I've spent quite a few hours doing those single player challenges, and unless I'm missing something, there's just no keys to be earned, and you can only get them from PvP, which is a little bit of a bummer. What's not a bummer though is the fact that Demeo Battles is launching with a lot more content than the original Demeo did. Just looking at those 40 distinct single player challenges, even if you're absolutely amazing and never lose a battle, you're still looking at least 12 hours of content, and you haven't even fired up the PvP mode or unlocked any of the cosmetics yet. So Demeo Battles still has that amazing combat that we got from the original game, but also adds a lot more single player content, PvP and co-op modes, non-linear progression, and a lot more variety. The only thing that people might not be super keen on is the fact that this game relies a lot more on the RNG. And what I mean by that is things are a lot more hectic. You're going to be selecting 1 or 2 heroes, depending if you're playing in 1v1 or 2v2 modes, because every battle is 2 heroes versus 2 heroes and their respective armies. So right from the get-go, there's a lot more combat going on, but you don't control the actual creatures, which I'm glad you don't. The gameplay would be way too slow paced if you had to move 20 individual units every single turn. Instead, you just play your 1 or 2 hero characters, and then the AI controls all of the creatures, which means you don't really know what they're going to do and how things are going to play out. So it's a lot more random there. However, there's a lot more strategy because before you go into battle, you're deciding on if you want to spend your coins on extra cards for more attacks for your heroes, or if you want to buy bigger and better army units. And you got to find that right balance. While there might be a lot more randomness going on in the actual battles, your overall hero card and creature selection adds a lot more strategy, and this also plays out on the unique battlefields. Beelining to some treasure chests might be a great maneuver to earn extra cards. However, it could leave your heroes exposed. Now, before I give you my final verdict and overall recommendation, I guess the last question is, why is this a separate game and not just a DLC? Now, I don't know if there was a technical aspect why Resolution Games had to separate it. It is priced like a DLC at $20. This is a steal. It's a great game that you can play like continuously, but it's also in the price range of a DLC, so it's a little strange. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I think it's nice to have it separated because some people might not be interested in PvP, so they won't pick this up. And some people might not be interested in the co-op mode because it's too lengthy and takes forever. Whatever the case may be, it's nice to have options. I think it's fine being separated. And like I said, it's a great addition that I think I enjoy more than the original, but it, you know, it's different enough that I'm still going to jump back to the original every once in a while when I have 4 friends together, which happens about 3 times a year. Okay, guys, let's move on to my recommendation and verdict. Now, if you enjoy Demeo or you enjoy tabletop games or even trading card games where you like to battle against each other like that, yeah, definitely go get this. The combat is just as sound and even more strategic than it used to be. Now, if turn-based games aren't your style, I can't say that Demeo Battles would be enough to convince you, but honestly, I really think the vast majority of people can enjoy this game. I think it's priced fantastic, and it's on the top of my list of VR games right now. It's absolutely fantastic. So overall, Resolution Games listened to plenty of player feedback and came out with a brand new spin-off of Demeo that I believe is better than the original and is more appealing to basically everyone. It has a lot more strategy, more single player content, and I think it's even more addictive without that crazy commitment that the original dungeon crawler required. So go ahead, guys, pick it up, thank me later. It's a great game, and before you guys go, watch me outmaneuver Reese the King a bit.
Has fallen.
I fight as long as I stand.
The hero is down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner.
And that was today's video, brought to you by my dad, Mateo311. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here,
Consider subscribing.
consider
Consider subscribing.
consider subscribing.
Consider subscribing.
Consider subscribing.
We'll see you guys on next time.
We'll see you guys on next time.